Hi friend, today I will show you the best streaming setup for live programming streams. I'm streaming for a bit more than months already, mainly on Twitch. I switched through many streaming apps and hardware configurations already, and the current one is one of the best you can use for it. At least in my opinion. My streams on Twitch are chill co-working sessions where we are running Pomodoro timers and working together. Currently I'm challenging myself to get to the 1k monthly revenue from my indie apps, and I'm sharing my progress and programming process on my Twitch streams. I like gaming, but I'm horrible at it, so I rarely stream when I'm playing games. That's programming most of the time in my streams. So let's jump into the gear and configurations that I'm using. I'm using PC and Mac for streaming. Streaming PC has i9 processor, 32GB of RAM and RX 5700 XT video card. As a programmer, I'm using Mac for my day-to-day work, and my tool of choice nowadays is M1 MacBook Pro. I'm using it since day one, it was available, and that is an excellent machine for programming, but unfortunately not so good for streaming and programming at the same time. Project building time and overall system responsibility becomes horrible if I'm streaming from the same machine I'm using for development. Therefore, that Windows streaming PC. I have it for streams mostly. M1 MacBook Pro has two Thunderbolt ports and both of them are used. The first port is used to connect the external hard drives and internet dongle. The second Thunderbolt port is connected to the CalDigit Soho hub to have more extra ports and, most importantly, HDMI out connection. HDMI cable from the dock is connected to the video capture card to send video signal to the monitor and to the streaming PC at the same time, just splitting it. I replaced my ultrawide monitor with 4K 32-inch screen because it is much handier or easy to use it for streaming, and I'm using smaller 24-inch 4K screen next to my primary monitor to manage Windows PC, which runs all the streaming software. Video capture card is connected to the PC through USB 3 port, which allows me to select it as a video source in streaming application. I'm using OBS app to stream on Twitch and YouTube. If you like to stream from Mac directly, I would recommend to take a look on Ecamm Live app. It works okay, but takes quite a lot of processing power and is not cheap as well. It was about $400 in a year. I'm using some additional tools for streaming as well, like Stream Deck, for example. I'm running Stream Deck app on iPad. One day I would like to get a hardware Stream Deck device. It is convenient to use it for switching between scenes or muting microphone. The iOS app does the job, but dedicated device will be better. Talking about microphone, I'm using Rode VideoMic NTG on live streams. That is the same microphone that I'm using for my YouTube videos. It has USB-C port for charging or connection to computer. If you are streaming, I highly recommend you to think about camera and how your own face on streams as well, because there are many streamers and only you are that one unique piece of the stream. Mac has horrible webcams, so you would like to have something better for video streams. I have total overkill for web camera. I am using my Canon EOS R mirrorless camera with 15 to 35mm lens on it for streams. Of course, there is no reason to buy such camera only for using in streams as web camera, but I'm using it for YouTube videos as well, for Instagram photos. Basically, I'm using it daily. I'm using the HDMI port on the camera to connect it to Elgato Camlink for 4K dongle, and the dongle does some black magic trick, and after that my Mac or PC sees the camera as web camera in all the applications that using web cameras. All the streaming gear is connected to the Windows PC. I even play music and running my Pomodoro timers on that PC, and Mac is used for programming tasks only, so that is very efficient from resource perspective. I'm looking forward to seeing 16 and hopefully 14-inch MacBook Pros released later in this year. If they are more powerful than M1 MacBook, I could simplify my setup and remove Windows PC and stream directly from Mac, but most likely I will keep streaming PC around anyways, because more power is always better, right? And also it is fun to play video games once in a while, so I can find use for that PC on my desk even if I am horrible at gaming. Okay, thank you for watching. See you next one. Bye.